Welcome back. We are in the course 14b, Purpose of Myth, investigating and listening to Joseph Campbell's views on myth and spirituality. We aren't really promoting or endorsing everything Joseph Campbell says, but the purpose of these courses isn't to teach us what to think. It's to help us learn how to think. So for me, myself, I was having a very difficult time understanding Buddhism. I grew up Protestant. We talked about this in the orientation course, Buddhism 101. I was looking for truth claims, metaphysical truth claims, and I was looking for moral and ethical guidelines to follow. And I was looking for texts. And much of Buddhism is about practice. And the texts are read for how they make us feel. They present a new narrative to us, a new way of possibly seeing the world. And I was having a lot of difficulty. The text seemed super fantastical. They seemed incredibly non-historical. I just couldn't see how it was true because I was using truth, measures of truth that I grew up with in the Western Christian tradition. I wanted and expected things to be historically true, and they just aren't in Buddhism. So one day on a Saturday in the early 2000s, this came out in 1988, so I didn't see it or hear of it much for 12 years. I watched it on a Saturday morning, and it kind of blew me away. Joseph Campbell saying there is another way to interpret texts. Maybe what you're reading isn't a historical document. Maybe these aren't transcripts from something that literally happened. Perhaps the purpose and the reason why these texts were written was for a different reason. And so he really helped me appreciate Buddhism from a mythological sense. What is the story trying to tell us? What do these stories mean to me in my life? How do they resonate with me? That is why a Buddhist text would be true. It's the effect it has on the practitioner. So today we're going to start with lecture number 2. Lecture number 1 was the hero's journey. We watched a video. Interestingly, Joseph Campbell never appeared, but this was kind of a condensed example of those 10 different aspects that you can find as plot points in the giant meta plot of the hero's journey. Today, we're going to focus in on one of those 3 films. It was Star Wars. We're going to watch another YouTube video called The Mythology of Star Wars. And in this one, Joseph Campbell makes his first appearance, and we get to hear him speak in his own words. But before we start, I did want to introduce Anne Hornaday again. I've read most of this book, Talking Pictures. There's kind of 2 main points of this book. One is movies are not documentaries. They are not meant to be literally taken as fact. A lot of the elements in a film are done for dramatic effect. They're reframed in a new context. They're put in a new framing to make it more vivid and more powerful to the viewer. She's also on the Tony Kornheiser podcast a lot, and she reviews movies on there, and I was able to get a couple clips from her. And she was invited to attend a seminar on movie making. And the big question that was given to her was the question of movies that are based on a true story. Or an even weaker claim I found out is if it says inspired by a true story. So supposedly, in theory, based on a true story is a more historically accurate film than inspired by a true story. But Anne Hornaday is saying in either event, we're missing the point. They're not transmitting fact. They're transmitting feeling, a message. What is the artist trying to say?